Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to become a successful healthcare traveler by giving you this free masterclass. This is going to be a step-by-step guide for beginners who want to start traveling today. In this masterclass, I'll be covering everything you need to know to be ahead of everyone else. This video will be a bit long, so make sure you take notes and rewatch the video if you need a refresh on the material. You can also download the PDF file I created for you down in the description below. What you'll learn today: understanding location, your tax home, the bill rates, pay breakdown, looking for housing, travel reimbursement, how to take time off during contracts and still get paid, and understanding health insurance as a traveler. Also, as a healthcare traveler, you have the ability to see new places and cities. You have the freedom and flexibility, which I call the double Fs. You can also gain confidence in yourself and also build a really strong resume for future jobs that you want to work in. You earn more money on a weekly basis. You don't have to wait to accrue PTO. You can take as much time off after a contract, and you can also get reimbursed for CEUs, license renewal, scrubs, and much more. So a little bit about myself, my background as a clinical lab scientist. I've been one for the past 5 years. I've been an active CLS Traveler for the past 2 years. And I'm a huge believer in providing current and future CLS with relevant resources, tips, and strategies to thrive as a CLS. So let's get started. Let's get started into this masterclass. The step number one is understanding location. Location and tax home come into play here. We'll be talking about tax home and tax-free money shortly. Choose a place where you want to travel. It's a good idea to start in a town nearby. Make sure you're about 90 minutes away from your tax home to be eligible for tax-free money. The agencies usually use a 50-mile radius to be eligible for that. This is not an IRS rule, it's just a policy that agencies go by for their own tax purposes. Once you find a place nearby, this will help you know where you want to travel. This will also help your recruiter look for a facility in the area. It also helps you know if traveling is right for you. Understanding your why is very important in traveling. You want to make sure you understand why you want to travel, and you also want to make sure where you want to travel. Step number two is understanding the bill rates. The bill rate is the money available for a healthcare traveler for a period of time. Usually facilities or hospitals set the tone for the bill rate. We're going to use a scenario, so follow along with me, take some notes. Let's pretend a facility pays $100 per hour for a traveler for a 40-hour work week. Now, if you multiply that, that comes out to be $4,000 for that week. Before you get paid, the company takes a percentage, about 25%. Now, depending on how big or small the company is, the bigger the company, the higher the percentage. The advantage of being employed by a bigger company is that you have more contracts, more opportunities. Now remember that the companies have to pay their overhead, they have to pay their staff, so this makes a lot of sense of why they have a specific cut. So after the company takes a percentage, the traveler gets the rest. Whatever is left can be used for your taxed and tax-free money, and we'll be talking about that shortly. If you multiply that $4,000 that we talked about earlier, multiply it by 13 weeks, you get a whopping $52,000 for that entire contract. Now remember, after the company gets their cut, you're left with $39,000 for those 13 weeks. Now the $39,000 will be used for tax and tax-free money, and it can also be used for travel reimbursement, sign-on bonuses, etc. The company will first set the hourly rate, then it will use the rest of the money for tax-free money. So let's say that the traveler is given $39,000 for that bill rate. If you divide it by 13 weeks, that gives you $3,000 every single week. Now the company will first set the hourly rate, which is taxed, then they'll use the rest for tax-free money. So let's say the hourly rate is set at $45 per hour for a 40-hour work week. That comes out to be $1,800. So after taxes, based out of Los Angeles, California, that comes out to be $1,234. Now if you subtract the $1,234 from the $3,000 that we started with, you are left with $1,766, and that will be tax-free money. The tax-free money will be distributed based on housing location, meals, incidentals per the GSA.gov. Now the GSA.gov is a website that is available to the public, and check to see the housing for different areas, zip code, states, and counties. Here are real numbers from a traveler's paycheck. As you can see, the taxable gross was $1,720, which is the hourly for 40 hours. After taxes, comes out to be $500, so you're left with $1,227. Now the non-taxable adjustments come from the tax-free money, which is your housing and meals and incidentals. So if you add your taxable net and the non-taxable adjustments, it comes out to a total net pay of $29.28. Since you do get paid every week as a traveler, that comes out to be $12,600 per month. Now, step number 3 is understanding the pay breakdown. So really important to know before you sign a contract, understand the pay breakdown for your pay. Make sure you get a clear picture of how you will get paid. As you can see, here's an example. You get the hourly, the overtime, holiday, callback, meals, incidentals, and lodging as well. If you have any questions about your contract, contact your recruiter to explain them to you. You can also use the gsa.gov to compare housing and meals and incidentals from your contract. Step number 4 is housing. Now, looking for housing for your first, second, or third contract can feel tricky, overwhelming, and stressful. If it's too much for you on your first contract to look for housing, then take the company's housing. They should have everything for you, whether it's a furnished place or an extended stay. They will pay for rent, utilities, but not for internet. You can always ask your recruiter if they have any updates on that, but if housing is too stressful for you, contact the company. They will look for housing. The only con about that is that you won't see any housing stipend every week. They'll be taking that from you if they help you with the housing. So make sure you do your research for housing and make sure if it's worth it for you. Now, if you take the housing stipend, which you should, make sure you have an established tax home to be eligible for tax-free money to receive what the GSA Valley gives you for your housing stipend. Find the cheapest place and the safest place for housing. One of the things you can do is ask the company where you'll be put if you take the housing from the company. Once you know, call those places, ask for any discount codes from your recruiter for these rentals or housing, hotels. It also depends on what kind of community you are looking for. Are you looking for a beach town? Are you looking for a gym nearby or some bike lanes, trails? Take all that into consideration when looking for housing. And if you also need some help, call a local realtor who will help you with short-term leases. If you need help and want to save time looking for housing, there's a company out there that's called Operation Short Term, and they'll help you in 4 simple steps. They collect your information, they send you a housing questionnaire to know what you're looking for. Once they receive that and do their research, they'll send you 1 to 5 different properties for you. Once you choose a property from that listing, then they help you connect with the property manager from the place you chose. You can simply go to operationsshortterm.squarespace.com to find properties for you if you're looking for housing as a healthcare traveler. Step number 5 to understand is travel reimbursement. So as of 2020, the standard mileage rate for travel is 62.5 cents per mile. Now remember, this money is still part of the bill rate. So if they tell you I have $500 for you for travel reimbursement or for scrubs or a sign-on bonus, remember that's still part of your bill rate. That's still part of the money that came from your bucket. It's extra money that is given to you in a form of tax-free money. This extra money can be used as a travel expense or can be used for travel. Whatever it is, it's still your money. So for instance, I was given $500 for scrubs. I made sure I asked for the same amount again when I extended. Now, how to take time off while you're on a contract and still get paid. If you take a week off, Monday through Friday, you won't get paid for your housing or your meals and incidentals or your hourly rates, which makes a lot of sense. You're not working, you don't get paid. So if you take Wednesday to Wednesday off, then you still get paid Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So keep that in mind. Even though it's a less paycheck, the benefit is that you're still getting paid when you're taking some time off. Now, understanding health insurance. This can get a little tricky. So before signing a contract, you have the option to opt in with your employee's health benefits or have your own private health insurance. If you choose the agency's benefits, the benefits will be available starting on day 1 of your assignment. However, sometimes you'll be overpaying for benefits you don't need and are limited to only a few options to choose from, such as HMO and PPO. Now, you have to assess your situation. As a traveler, your best option maybe to have an affordable health insurance plan if you switch between agencies and you don't want to join the agency's plan. The flexibility of having your own insurance is powerful. Now, what you can do is find the most affordable health plans by visiting healthsherpa.com. On their website, they show all the marketplace plans and prices. If you have any additional questions, their online tools and phone support are totally free year-round. You compare quotes from multiple health insurance companies and get enrolled fast. Now, if you don't have time to search the internet for health insurance, I know someone who is a personal finance expert who can guide you in helping you look at healthcare options outside of traditional employment or getting you set up for your own retirement plan. You can set up an appointment with Lynn Freyer, who is a financial savvy nurse mentor who will give you direction and support along the way. Now, a bonus, if you stuck through this whole masterclass, thank you so much. The easiest thing is to join a community and start learning a lot about healthcare traveling. At times it can feel lonely being on a contract. You can easily join a group on social media, Facebook groups for CLS travelers or nurses or whatever profession you are in. You can easily download the app called Meetups. This app will help you find in-person activities, gatherings, and events around the area. Now remember, staying flexible and open when applying for your first assignment can make things go faster and land your first job. You can get more pickier once you have your foot in the door and have experience. Don't forget to download these 7 steps for healthcare travelers in the description below. There is more information you can have at the palm of your hands. Don't forget to rewatch this video if you need to refresh on specific materials. So there you have it, guys. If you found this video helpful, share it with a friend who will benefit from it. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time I upload a video. Take care.